Hi, my name is Anton Ruckman and I'm a practicing designer, founder and design director of Bove Design Solutions. And today I'm participating in Industrial Design 7 Questions Challenge. This challenge was started by Jimmy Design and I got an invitation to be part of this challenge from Morna, Design Plus Morna. You can find links on all videos below. Today it's my pleasure to close this challenge with my part. I hope you will enjoy and got different perspective about product and industrial design. You're welcome to visit my channel to see some design related videos and especially about professional sketching. Also, you can find links below on my Instagram and website of Bove Design Consulting. So let's start. Okay, question number 1. Industrial design is a very uncommon field. How did you discover it? Actually, I don't remember how I discovered it. It came to me almost naturally. I was born in two-generation architect family, and always I was surrounded with the tools, books, technical drawings, architectural drawings, and the general atmosphere of architecture studio. From the early age, I went to the art school to study academic classic drawing, and at the beginning it was my hobby first. And then became my obsession. Yeah, I started to draw and imagine new stuff like cars, robots, and airplanes. You know, the guy stuff. At the age 7, actually, I already knew that I want to design cars and probably to be designer. Yeah. It's quite a common way for many of us guys who are dreaming about Porsches and Ferraris to be a car designer. Later on, I discovered the industrial design. It's not only the cars, it's much more. As a teenager, I took bold decision not to be architect at my parents and went to my own way to study industrial design. Question number 2. How do you explain your job to those who don't know about ID, industrial design? Yeah, this is a good one. Very common question. So usually I'm playing kind of a game by asking other questions. For example, what do you see around us? What kind of object you see? If it's a chair, lamp, microphone, glasses, pens, whatever. What do you think? Who made them? Or who taught to manufacture, how to make them, what kind of material to use, etc. So you see, I say, behind each object that surround us, there is a person who invented, designed, and engineered this product. Things are not just popping out from nowhere and going to the shelf in a shop. Yeah. So I'm the one hidden person behind those products or objects who invent, design, and engineer some of the products. This my simple explanation. So I'm always trying to play this mini educational session with the people who ask this type of questions. Question number 3. Okay. What inspirations have developed your ID style? I don't think I have any specific style, as I'm working with many different product requirements in different fields, industrial fields. So I believe product designer, it's a sort of translator between the user, manufacturer, market, or business. So there are no place for personal attachment. Industrial design is not an art where the artist expressing himself, his ideas, or manifests through his or her artwork. Industrial design is not personal message. It's a translation of product or service requirements into the usable object or service. Yeah. So there may be just a little space for your personal style as a designer. But if we are talking about my personal style, I think there's some of came straight out of my education, design academia that I studied, where I studied because that academia has deep roots with the Bauhaus. Many years ago, the teachers came to and organized this academia in 1939. They came from Germany to Palestine, today is Israel, and they established Academia Bezalel of Art and Design. And as I said, the roots came from Bauhaus style. And after this Bauhaus kind of injection of form follows function, I felt in love with practicality, honest with materials, usage of materials, and of course minimalism that came from those two. Today I'm trying to mix and match different styles and trends, of course. But for me, it's always if you're talking about the style we came from the requirements, from the function, from the material, and of course user requirements. So yeah, this my inspiration, my ID style. Question number 4. Which company would you love to design a product for? Okay. I believe that this question is not 100% correct, at least for me, because we designing products for people and not for companies or brands. So I would say I would like to collaborate with a company to design their product for specific markets, cultures, and people. During my career, I work with a number of different companies and in different fields. And all those projects that I made are similar in one way. They combining number of materials, manufacturing methods, and technologies. I was really lucky to work with the pioneers of the industry and gain the knowledge of how to combine hard, soft, and smart materials. And today you can find many examples, many different companies and brands doing this stuff, combining those type of materials, especially in acoustic industry, in smart wearable industries, those brands or companies, they're creating objects by using this combination of heart as a kind of skeleton, soft soft part, and smart materials as well. I think if again back to the question, what the company I would like to design. I think it will be Bank and Olufsen brand. They're doing exceptional work by using high-end technology, all the new materials, and combining things in amazing way. Amazing way. Of course, there are quite obvious things like Apple, Nike, Adidas, Tesla, and many more. I hope one day I will have this opportunity. Okay, question number 5. What is your go-to industrial design program and why? As I mentioned before, I'm practicing modernism theory, or triple F, form follows function. And the best tool today to implement this in 3D space is the SolidWorks, for me at least. I like to call my method of designing products inside out. When you design internal components first as a structure, like a skeleton first, and then tailoring and wrapping with the right suit on top. So the shape and style are purely based on the form of the skeleton. And the best way, as I say, for me, to build this assembly, to change parts quickly and easily, it's a SolidWorks. Of course, my team, we are working on using different type of softwares parallel with SolidWorks, the Fusion 360, Rhino, and others. But personally, I prefer SolidWorks as a old school industrial design. The question number 6. What do you dislike most about industrial design? I think if you don't like something, you shouldn't do it first of all. For me, it's difficult to point out what I dislike most. Sometimes there are some challenges that need to be solved with over cross disciplines, different suppliers, manufacturers, or even clients. Sometimes it takes more time as you planned, and it's really eating your soul that more than it should be. But this is a part of the game that I choose to play. So wait a minute. Maybe what I dislike most, that it's very difficult and almost impossible to do all the interesting stuff by yourself. Or maybe that I can be in different places, projects at the same time, and need to prioritize which project, which kind direction is most valuable for me or for business. Yeah, this is difficult. But I guess most disliked part is we have limited time. Limited time and not always the budget allowing us to check all the options, all possibilities, all directions that I would like to explore for getting the best results. But we're doing our best. Okay, question number 7, finally. Number 7, my favorite number. What makes an industrial design good? Okay, what makes. Industrial design is good when the company who asks to design you something is achieving their sales projections. Number one. When the product has a smart and clean lifespan with a minimum impact on environment, and when the user want to keep the product as a desirable object for years, so it's timeless. When we have some relationship with the object and it's give us good feelings. So I think it's based on some sort of wow effect that adding emotional value to the functional and smartly made product. So some magic touch should be there. So these things, I believe, making industrial design good or product design.